Wanya checking in once again. Y'all remember that story I told y'all about when I was born? The doctor put the blood inside of me and weird things started happening. And after that happened, years later I find out that I'm actually 1/4 McMahon. And in my videos, and I always say that I got sources backstage. Well, that's been a complete lie. Like, it was a funny lie. Whenever I say it, I always find it funny. But the truth is, I don't have any source in the WWE because, quite frankly, I am the source throughout the WWE. Because, like I say, I am part McMahon. So, with that being said, here's the current plans for Brock Lesnar as our Mr. Money in the Bank. And when exactly he gonna cash in the Money in the Bank contract and become champion. But before we begin, make sure you smash that like button, super kick the subscribe button, comment down below. So as of right now, the current plan for Brock Lesnar are as follow. Brock Lesnar will indeed challenge Seth Rollins for the Universal Champion at the what the name of that shit? Give me a second, it's gonna take some time to look this shit up. Yeah, the Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia, whatever. It's not gonna be in America. How coincidence. He would definitely face Seth Rollins for the Universal Champion some kind of magical way. I don't know how Seth Rollins is gonna pull it off for the second time in a row. Yeah, I know Seth Rollins is invincible and all, but Brock Lesnar ain't no easy man to defeat. So after Brock Lesnar some kind of way lose to Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship, after that Brock Lesnar would disappear off our TV screen like he always do. That boy Brock Lesnar like a magician, boy. He appear one week and disappear the next week, and shit, he be gone until whenever he feel like just reappear. But after he loses Seth Rollins, he gonna disappear for a long period of time, and us, since we not used to seeing Brock Lesnar, we gonna forget that he's the Mr. Money in the Bank. I don't know, cause I had to sit at the breakfast table and hear Vince McMahon, Vince, talk about the plans and all the money that he regrets spending on Brock Lesnar throughout the years. And I always tell him, Vince, that's not a good idea, man. It's not. But after we forget that he is Mr. Money in the Bank, and that won't be a hard thing to do. Meanwhile, while Kofi Kingston is riding to the sunset with the WWE Champion, it's been reported that Big E's supposed to turn on the New Day, and that's supposed to set up a feud between them. Dolph Ziggler finna get a crack at the WWE Champion. You know, Kofi Kingston is knocking out obstacles after obstacles, and we also saw last night that Kofi Kingston was down real bad, and that was the opportune moment for Brock Lesnar to cash in. So that's another reason that point said Brock Lesnar is really waiting on the right time, and there's really no right time to cash in, because he can cash in anytime. But if WWE want to pull the trigger and give Brock the WWE Champion right then and there, last night was the perfect time for them to do it, but that's not part of the plan. The plan is for Kofi Kingston to build up all this momentum, knocking down superstar to superstar, and then the heel superstar is to dethrone Kofi Kingston as the WWE Champion in the near future. After Kofi Kingston loses to the heel superstar, then Roman Reigns is gonna get the crack at the WWE Champion over there on SmackDown Live. This gonna be towards the whole Fox deal. So Fox and Vince McMahon can feel as though they got a real champion in Roman Reigns. Somebody's gonna hold down the fort, hold down the yard, the big dog. You know, 1/3 of the Shield, 1/3 of the Bloodline, the Samoan Superman. You know that guy. They gonna give him the championship, cause you know can't nobody beat Roman Reigns clean. They can't beat him dirty. You can put Roman Reigns versus everybody. He gonna come out on top. But it's one man particular that can definitely beat Roman Reigns without a shadow of a doubt. Any time of the day, any time of the night, any time of the year, and that's Brock Lesnar. So during this Fox deal that SmackDown supposed to go over to, around that time, October, November, Roman Reigns would definitely be the WWE Champion by then. When that happened, Brock Lesnar will definitely reappear and use his magical tricks that he got from Undertaker. He defeated him at WrestleMania. I know Roman Reigns got them powers too, but he don't utilize his like Brock do. Brock just, hey, he's there 1 minute, he's gone the next minute. Brock Lesnar's gonna reappear when the Fox deal hit, and he would definitely take the WWE Championship away from Roman Reigns. And then that's just gonna set up Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, WWE Championship, Universal Championship, World Championship match for the millionth time. And that's exactly how Vince McMahon, 1/4 of the McMahon, that's how we feeling over this way. That's the current plan for Brock Lesnar as Mr. Money in the Bank. That sums it all up. You can stop speculating. What's Brock Lesnar waiting on? Why he didn't do it last night? Hey, he taking his precious time, and plus, Vince McMahon, 1/3 of the McMahon family, I know his plans. he ain't trying to pay Brock all that money. You know, it paid Brock a lot of money. After Brock become WWE champion, hey, you know, you a full-time champ, you get paid extra, bro. Brock Lesnar, he part-time. It's a nice lump sum, but at least he ain't gonna be there every week. But I guess that's one way to turn SmackDown Live from the A show to the B show. And you know, Vince McMahon always consider Monday Night Raw the A show. But me, whether Brock Lesnar there or not, SmackDown Live will always be the A show, because I'm firmly behind SmackDown Live, the A show. And with that being here, today's video on when exactly Brock Lesnar will cash in the Money in the Bank contract. Like I say, these are not predictions. These are simply spoilers by the great man named Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar advocate. But before this video ends, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you new or it's your first time viewing the channel. Make sure you comment down below whether you agree or disagree. Do you like Brock Lesnar or do you not like Brock Lesnar? Me, I'm used to it. I know what Vince do and how he think, and I don't always agree with it, but hey, it's best to know what's coming than to not know what's coming and get your feelings hurt. And just be prepared for the storm, because it's definitely coming to SmackDown Live. Roman Reigns may think it's his yard, but he gonna soon find out that Brock Lesnar started on SmackDown, and SmackDown is originally Brock Lesnar's land. So yeah, make sure you hit that bell notification so you can get all my uploads. And until the next time, I'm your host as always, Wayne. Yay.